They told us to give a disclaimer. The views expressed on this podcast are those of the podcasters, any guests, and do not reflect any of the management, owners, sponsorships, or employees of thereof. Pretty much, if you're soft, don't listen to this podcast.
One thing I pride myself on is just being the same and trying to look out for my folks along the way.
Like, even with all these, big things happening, like, you still mad humble, and you still, like, you have enough clout now where you could easily be like, I'm not fucking with this, I'm not fucking with that.
Oh yeah, motherfuckers, it's on. Unrestricted Podcast listeners, thank you so much for clicking play. Because of you, those numbers are going up, and up. And the website's popping. Allrock.com, ALLRAWK.com is how you can get a t-shirt, hoodie. It's always hoodie season. I don't care if it's 80 degrees out there. I'll be inside wearing a hoodie because my wife keeps the house at 68 degrees. It's horrible. But if you want to share, like, comment, subscribe, that's free. That's not monetarily. You got to spend the money. So make sure you share, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Now, today I got a very special guest across from me, somebody that has been flaking on your boy for the longest time. We were just talking off mic a little bit about his poor scheduling tactics.
We don't got to tell people that. They can stay between us.
We could, but then it wouldn't be fun.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be fun.
It's a story, you know what I mean? It's a story behind it.
Exactly. I got CeeFoe in the building.
Yes, sir. What's up?
Now, man, your name has been ringing bells throughout Salt Lake City for years now. Like, I feel like you're my introduction to you was, I think I want to say 2022 or 2023. You dropped the tape, and it sounded so clean, sounded so good. And right then I was like, oh, this dude's taking his music serious.
Yeah.
And now I got you in studio. So I want to get to know you a little bit more.
Yeah.
I know you've been doing your podcast rounds. You just dropped or is it the FOE or is it FOE or how are we?
FOE, FOE.
Okay.
Family over everything.
Is that what it stands for?
Yeah. So
what's the C stand for in your name?
My government name is CeeFoe. So, and then my last name is Folau.
Oh.
So we just, yeah.
You're authentic to it.
Yes, sir.
Hold on. What's your first name again?
CeeFoe.
CeeFoe. Why don't you just go by CeeFoe? I like CeeFoe.
It was my Instagram. It was my Instagram handle since I was like middle school, and I just put it on, and then everybody just started calling me. Like, before I even was doing music, so everybody would just call me because everybody couldn't say my name in school, so they would just be like, AC.
Gotcha.
So I was just like, for sure.
Well, CeeFoe, I mean, it's explosive, right? Too. So
yes, sir.
Double entendre. I like that.
Talk about it.
Are you from Utah?
I mean, I grew up in. I like to say I grew up in Orange County, California. Like, between basically my whole adolescence, between 10 to 18, But I was living out here before I moved to California. So I was here when I was super young, till 4th grade.
Oh, okay.
And then I moved to California. My brother had went to UCLA from out here. He grew up out here. He graduated at Copper Hills. So we were living in West Jordan, Kearns area.
Okay.
And then, but our age gap is hella huge. So I was still young when he had graduated. And then he had went out to California, and then the fucking tuition and shit was we could cuss on here, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So the tuition and shit is out of state tuition is way more than if you're in state. So we were like, fuck, we'll just might as well move over there so it'd be a little cheaper for him and shit. So
was he playing ball?
No, he wasn't even playing ball. That's the craziest thing. Whenever I tell people, I'm like, yeah, he went to UCLA. They're like, oh, what position he played? Yeah. I'm like, no, he was an academic kid. He had 4.0 since damn near you could, whenever you start getting, grades like that. So he was over there for just academic reasons. And it was funny because he had left over there because he wanted to get away from Utah and the family. When you're that age, you kind of I want to get out. Yeah. So I went over there, and then we fucking followed him, and he was like, damn. He's like, can't get rid of y'all.
You have a big family?
Yeah. But my story is just so everywhere because I'm adopted. So in the Tongan or in the Polynesian culture, it happens a lot. When families have a lot of kids, they kind of give a kid away to other family members. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So my biological siblings and shit, I have like 7. You know what I mean?
So were you adopted to another family member?
I was adopted to my biological father's brother.
Oh, okay.
So it was still in house and now I'm still super close with my, you know what I mean, my biological family and stuff.
Yeah.
And I grew up with them, but I didn't know. Like I didn't know until we moved to right before we moved to California. Like some just family drama happened and the news broke out. And I'm like 10,
Oh.
and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm over here like contemplating my life, like, God damn, like my whole life is a lie and shit.
Identity type.
You know
shit.
what I mean? On God. And I was so young too. And that was the reason they never wanted to tell me until I got older. But I felt like it was good though that I found out like super early, because it gave me time to grow with it, like, you know, understand what the hell was going on.
Yeah.
And it was rough, but I mean, I don't think I'd be able to take it the way I did take it and understand it if I knew it when I was like 18. That's when they were planning on telling me, like when I was 18.
Oh shoot.
And I was like, bro, I'm damn near about to be a grown man by the time you guys tell me, and you guys are gonna tell me right there. I'm like, yeah, good thing I found out now. Like,
yeah, but to have it drop on.
to have it, bro, I was moving to California too. I was in like the transitioning to moving to California. So like right when I hear that shit, I'm like, I don't want to fucking go, you know? Like, all my family's out here. Like, we gotta go to California where I don't know nobody. Like, and then the family I grew up in, it's just me and my brother. So it's just 2. And then he's in college. So I'm like damn near, you know what I mean? Just like it's fucking by myself, basically, in California. And it's just me and it's me and my mom's, because my pops is, he was just bouncing back to Utah, to California, to Texas, just go work, you know what I mean? And I was just like basically alone that whole time, and I was just like going through it, bro. Like damn near like, man, it was rough.
I can imagine. My son right now is 11 years old. So I look at him, I listen to your story and I put myself in my son's shoes, and I'm just thinking, if I dropped a bomb on him and moved him and uprooted him away from his friends, because he's in 6th grade. And so this is like middle school. This is like, you used to be the big fish in middle or in elementary. Now you're a small fish in middle school, and now you got to meet new people in a different. I mean, California is a different culture than Utah. Orange County too.
Yeah, I mean, that shit was that was a culture shock. Like going to California, and I think I went my 4th, like after my 4th grade year, like the end of my 4th grade year, I went over there, and then going into the summer, and then I was just like, I experienced like a real summer, you know? Like out here, I feel like, you know, summer is kind of like everything's so close, you know? And like you go to the same family. It's kind of the same thing every summer. But out there was like, bro, I'm like looking at everything. We lived in Anaheim, so we're damn near across the street from Disneyland, like walking distance. So it's like the fireworks are going off every night, you know what I mean? And then like all the houses, they don't even have yards. They're just so close to each other. Like my neighbors are damn near, I could touch them, you know what I mean? Like you hear what's going on in the next door. So it's like, it was all different. And then the kids were so grown over there type shit. Like they were so experienced with life and drugs and just all this type of shit. I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, how did you transition?
It was like, I mean, it was good because I rest in peace, my brother Sasso, dude. We had moved in with a family that was already over there. That was like a family friend. So we was living with them, and then he kind of took me under his wing, and he was kind of older than me. He was like 4 years older than me, but we became like super close. And then, but he was kind of the one that was just showing me the ropes, and he was that type that was like, he was like, not to say bad, but like, he was like, he didn't take no shit from nobody, you know what I mean? So he was like, he held his own. And especially in California, you kind of, you know what I mean, kind of have to have some grit, you know what I mean, growing up out there. So he was kind of like that. He kind of taught me how to like make sure there don't be no punk, you know what I mean?
So how long did you stay in Orange County before you moved back to Utah?
Until 2015. Yeah, 2015, I moved back. So I was there when like, I don't even remember what year we moved out there, but I was there from like 10, 11 to like 17, 18.
Did you graduate out there?
I graduated out here. I came out here to play to finish my senior year, because I ended up trying to leave. Long story short, I ended up trying to leave the school I was at to go play ball somewhere else because I just wasn't fucking with the program and shit. And then the coach was on some like, you ain't gonna play down football in California if you leave. Like, I'm just like, well, fuck, I guess I gotta leave the state. And my pops was staying out here at the time. He was working construction, so we ended up just picking up and just moving back over here. And plus, all the family was out here too, so it was kind of easy to come back. And then I just finished my senior year over there at Bingham.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you what'd you find love for football?
I grew up playing football my whole life, like damn near yes. Until as soon as you could start playing football, I started playing football. Until,
Your brother didn't play though, right?
I think.
What was the introduction?
I think it was just all the kids around the neighborhood. Everybody was playing football because I was out here too. So you know, everybody be playing football out here, especially when you're young too. So I'm seeing all the kids in the neighborhood like, oh, we're about to go play, and I'm like, damn, I want to go play too.
Yeah.
So I just fucking told my pops. My pops signed me up, and I was playing at Copper Hills, bro. But we were so trash. It was garbage over there. But yeah, I've been playing my whole life.
What position did you play? DN?
I played everything. I played DN, I played linebacker and a running back. My main position was linebacker though.
Was that the one you loved though?
Yeah.
You loved running back.
Yeah, I love running back. I mean, pass me the rock. Sorry.
So you fell in love with football real early. Was that a dream that you were like, I want to go to a D1, I want to go to NFL type of thing?
Yeah. I feel like I feel like especially in the Polynesian culture, that's like something they kind of push that on you when you're like especially if you're kind of like good, you know what I mean? And it's kind of expectations. Like if you're playing ball and you're good, you're like, all right, well, this kid's gonna go to college football. This guy's gonna go to the league. And I'm thinking all that too. So I'm
you know what's crazy about that is that it's not far fetched that would be the dream. That would be the career
it
path.
Isn't. That's what's crazy. And
because a lot of because I'm not Polynesian, but a lot of my Polynesian friends and that I grew up with, a lot of them did go to D1s. My high school, we had about 4 people that went D1. USC, Oregon, UCLA, Cal.
Exactly.
And I'm seeing these guys on Saturday mornings. You know, and I'm like, damn, if they can do it, shit. I can't, but somebody around me can.
Oh, God. No, that's what it is. It really is like that. Like, you know what I mean? You see all these people doing it, and you think it's attainable because you see the cousins going, you see all the friends going, you know what I mean? So it's like, it wasn't something that I was like, damn, it's going to be something really, really hard. I just thought it was like, that's what it was going to do.
For us here, I think you might have been you might have been here during the time, but Holoti, he was the one that was like, shit, we seen this dude go to Oregon and then go to the league. And it was like, damn, if he can do it, like a lot of these guys can do it.
And they've been doing it ever since, you know what I mean? There's ballers out here. And it was crazy when I came out here. I'm like, man, Utah about to be sweet. I'm about to go crack these little white boys and all that shit. I come out here, I'm playing these niggas. I'm like, damn, their IQ on football is like, you know what I mean? They're a heck, and they're actually tough too. Yeah. So I'm like, damn. I'm like, okay.
All Americans, 4 or 5 stars.
I'm like, y'all niggas can ball.
And setting records in the weight room.
Yeah, they are.
Bro, I went to school with one of my best friends, Simi Feely, Glendale, and we were 16 and he's putting up 500 pounds.
Yeah, crazy.
Like benching, squatting 7 something.
Yeah.
Bar flopping. A teenage kid.
Oh, that's a grown man right
there. Yeah. Calves like milk jugs. I'm like, oh my gosh. And here I am, like, I'm trying to find friends in high school. So I'm going to go try to how do you make friends? On the gridiron, right?
No, for real.
Yeah, until I didn't. And I was like, nah, I'm good. This ain't for me. I'm going to tell these jokes over here on this radio.
I think, to be honest, my opinion, I think Utah is up there when it comes to like producing ballers and like, what would you call it? What would you call this? The West Coast,
Mountain West.
I
mean,
well, you would put us in with California and shit,
absolutely.
Right? Yeah, I feel like Utah's up there with like California and shit, and our side of the, you know what I mean? Because there's really some ballers, man.
Did you ever travel when you played? Did you ever go to the South or anything like that?
Nah, I think my senior year we played Bishop Gorman from Nevada, but they had came out here because Bingham had went out there. But I didn't go anywhere.
Y'all got spanked, huh?
I mean, it was more like we beat ourselves. We didn't get like it was like one of those games that was frustrating. It was just like, what the fuck?
Gotcha.
It was our second game, so it was kind of like we're still trying to get in the mood and shit. And bro, you're trying to fucking figure out who our quarterback is and shit. And then by the time we figure out who our quarterback is, we're already down like 3 touchdowns, and we're like, fuck. Yeah.
Damn, you never played quarterback though, huh?
Shit, they should have. I should have, man.
You're one of those guys, huh?
Hey, I'm telling you,
Give me the
bro.
rock. I got it.
I got it.
Go out there and get flatline. Stop playing.
I swear to God, bro. Shout out my big brother Flacco. He's the funniest guy ever. He be always talking to me like, we should go join a 30U team, bro. I could be the quarterback. You could be the running back. I'm like, bro, you have no quarterback experience whatsoever.
What was that movie where they're in the longest yard?
Yeah,
where Homer's like, give me the ball. It's like popcorn. Like eat popcorn. No. So you did you have any college offers after high school?
Nah, bro. That's what kind of killed the dream when I was like doing all this shit, and I was balling. Like I was actually good. So once I didn't even get a letter. You know what I mean? I didn't even get a letter from a fucking school. So I was kind of like, well, fuck now. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, so I'm already starting thinking about like what I'm about to do. I'm kind of falling out of the love of the game too. And then some JUCO had seen I had posted some highlights on Twitter, and a JUCO had just hit me up from Tucson, Arizona, Pima. And then they were just like, damn, how many offers you got and all that shit? And I'm like, none. Like, none. They're like, what? Like, what the hell? They're like, so they offered me whatever they offer you in JUCO, some scholarship, and then I end up going over there. But when I get over there, I don't know nothing about the school. And I'm kind of familiar with the JUCOs around, you know what I mean? So I'm like kind of knowing who's good and who's not. So I haven't heard of this school. So I go over there. I'm kind of peeping it out. But we're in Tucson, Arizona, and it's like, bro, where the campus is and all the like the apartments is fucking. That's all. That's it. It's just that, and then fucking. You look down, you can see Mexico or something. You know what I mean?
Desert.
It's just desert, and so I'm kind of like, let me go try this out. I ended up going over there. Like I swear, the first 2 weeks of practice, I'm just like, bro, this is not it. Like, as in, like I felt like I should have been, like I should be somewhere better. Not to down their program or anything, but.
I mean, but you didn't have options.
Yeah, nah.
Like, you can't be better than the options you deal.
Nah, for real. But I was already dabbling with music, though, and I was kind of like, towards the end of it, before they even offered me, they offered me, like, super late. Like, right when I was about to graduate. So before that, I was already thinking about what I was going to do. And I was already dabbling in music since I was, like, 16, 14. And then once I started, like, coming near to graduation, I was like, damn, bro, like I gotta figure out what to do. And I was like, I think I could do this rapping shit. I think I could do the music shit. And so I'm telling my boys, like, bro, like I remember dead ass, we was down in some basement, and I'm talking to the boys, and I'm like, bro, I'm about to do the music shit. Like, I'm being dead ass to them. I'm like, I'm really about to do this. And they're like, for real? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, I believe in you. And I was just like, for sure. So I started doing it, and I started getting some traction. And then I end up getting that offer, and then I'm like, well, fuck, I got to go. So I go over there. I wasn't feeling it, and then once I wasn't feeling it, I just came back home. Like, before, like, school and shit was going to start, I just came back home, and I was like, I had to tell my parents I was going to do music. And that shit was hella hard.
I was going to ask, how did that conversation
that
go?
Shit was hard as fuck. I was probably, like, that moment where it was, like, turning into, like, a grown, like, man, you know what I mean? Because I had to make a grown man decision, you know, and tell them, like, I'm about to do the music and take it serious. And at that time, it's like 2016, 17, and like there's no like young Polynesian kids doing music at that, you know what I mean? And there's like not even, this is like Lil Pump type shit era. Like This is like when little like young people are barely doing music, but it's still unheard of, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So like telling my parents that, they were just like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know, like, you better get your ass back to school.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, nah, like, I'm dead ass serious. I'm about to do the music shit and, like, take it serious and, like, make something out of myself. So, but it took a minute for them to realize, but now they understand, and then I think they're proud of me, you know what I mean? Me of doing my shit.
What was the pivotal part that really inspired you to try music?
Is
Is your family musical? Anybody in your family do music?
That's crazy. No, not really. Nobody does music in my family, so it was kind of just. I think I just fell in love with music, especially rap, like at a young age, like LimeWire days type shit. Like when you had to, you know what I mean? And like I just remember like summers of just going on YouTube, just looking for new songs and shit, and just sitting there just listening to music, you know, and just I remember writing lyrics down of favorite songs I had before lyrics were just out, and just like drawing album covers, and I don't know, I was so fascinated by just the music, and then like the style, like the lifestyle of the music of all the rappers and all that stuff. And yeah, it was always something that I just always kind of did when I was young. Like I never really took it serious, but I was always rapping, you know, like I would always like write raps, and I always like rap in front of the homies and shit. But I'd be shy if someone was like, "Hey, rap that one shit." I was like, yeah, I don't want to do it. But yeah, it started real young.
And then, so you figure out like your college career, football. You decided, because you had the opportunity to continue it.
Yeah, I did.
You decided, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna focus on this music. You had the conversation with your family. You're in Utah at this time, right? From Arizona, you come back to Utah.
Yeah.
And then when do you start to get serious about music, and how does that go?
As soon as I come back, I just started trying to like take it serious. And I mean, I took it as serious as I could, because I didn't have no money. I'm broke, you know what I mean? And then, but I'm recording on my laptop, so like the studio is my fucking closet. So I'm like, damn, I guess I just gotta sit in here and just fucking make songs all day. And then I just sit there for a cool minute until I get into a real actual studio. And it was with West. West was the first person I recorded with. He had some studio in Salt Lake. I forgot what it was called, but he was the first person that I like finally got in the studio and was recording. And that shit was hella different. Like it was not like the shit in the closet where I'm just rapping on the mic on GarageBand and shit. And it's like everything was so like expensive, and the way I was like saying my words, pronunciating on the thing was not coming out the way I like usually comes out, because it's so professional, so it catches everything. So I'm like, what the fuck? It kind of discourages me, you know what I mean? It discourages you because you're like, what the fuck? I thought this was easy. I thought I could do it, you know what I mean? So it took a minute for me to even, you know what I mean, kind of get my sound down and kind of know how to record and know how to lay something down on a track.
Yeah, you get into a fancy studio. You get into a high class caliber studio. You sound different too.
Hell yeah. I'm like, that's how it sounds?
Yeah.
That's how it really sounds?
Yeah, throw the auto-tune on. Yeah. It's a really cool process though. Once you get into that professional studio, you get with somebody, a producer or engineer that knows what they're doing. Yeah. Right? They show you how to stack your vocals and things like that, make you sound crisp and clean. Yep. And it just, for me, obviously it's expensive, but when I was in the studio, I was like, I just want to stay in here. Yeah. I just want to create in here.
Exactly. That's how I feel. Every time I'm in the studio, I'm like, damn, bro, I can't wait to, like, I feel like my next step is, can't wait till I just live in this motherfucker. You know what I mean? Where it's like, I ain't even got to worry about no money. I'm not worried about the time that I have to like create. I could just sit in here and just create all day. And that's one of my, like, I know once I'm in that motherfucking position, like I know, like, damn, I'm damn near made it. You know what I mean? Like I'm here.
What does music look like for you in 2025? I know you just dropped Foe. Yeah. Like, how I mean, and by the way, what's going on with Foe? It's all like,
oh yeah, so man, it was the whole this project meant so much to me, because this was like my first project that I actually put in like the time, the effort, the thought into the project. Shout out to my boy Mo too. I did it with him, and like I felt like everything that happened, everything that was happening with the album, like we kind of called it. Like we're like, this is gonna be the next, like this is gonna be the step for you to get into these rooms that we need to get into, you know. And then everything that's been happening. Like we're talking about like just shit like this. Like it was some industry shit. Like literally, like they hit us with a copyright, and it was on some, we didn't even know we thought we had checked off all the boxes, and I guess the track that they did hit, it was the first beat that we had bought, but it was a beat that we bought off of YouTube. And then I guess we didn't know it was a sample in it. We thought it was just an original beat. So once they heard, I guess the people heard the song, they were like, and it so happened to be the biggest song on the album.
Damn.
So I guess they heard it, and they're in Cook Islands, bro. Like they're not even in our vicinity. Like they're all the way out there, and they heard it, and then they had told their distribution that this was their sample, but they only wanted credit. But I guess the distribution company was like, nah, fuck that. Like, we need some money. You know what I mean? So they took our whole shit down. They flagged our whole shit down and took it down. And then I'm talking to them. And then they're like, all right, well, I was like, well, whatever. I'm at the point where I'm like, whatever we got to do, Joe, let's fucking do it, because I just want the art out there. I want my music out there. I don't give a fuck if you guys want money. Like, just let me know. Like, you guys should have let me know before taking my shit down. You know what I mean? It could have been way easier. So I tell them that, they relay the message to the person, but the distribution companies over here making it seem like the client was the one that like was feeling like this. So then I reach out to the clients, the people that that the sample was from, and they're telling us like, man, we're sorry. Like, we didn't mean to get it taken down. Like, we just wanted credit. Like, that's all. Like, we love the song. We love the whole album and everything. And we just wanted the credit. We didn't even want any like revenue splits or anything. But then she's like, the distribution company though is kind of forcing us to take splits. And I'm just like, what the fuck? I'm just like, whatever. I'm like, let's do it. I'm like, but it wasn't never their intentions though. So I'm like, I don't, you know what I mean? Let's do it. Like, it could have been easier just hitting me up. We could have done it like a long time ago.
So if you and the people, the original artists, have an understanding, what's the holdup?
No. So it's we got it all cleared and stuff, and so they had messaged my distribution to basically put it back up. So we're just kind of waiting now, like for my distribution to put it back up on all platforms. So everything is cleared and everything is good.
So it should be back up. We're just waiting on distribution.
Yeah, we're just waiting on distribution, and knowing them, I don't know how long that shit gonna take to come back on. So. Man. But I'm happy that it's cleared though, and it's good, and it's like it was done professionally, and it was done respectfully, and like there was no like bad intentions or bad blood with, especially with people that the sample was from, because we used the sample. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say that we didn't, but yeah, they just wanted their credit, and I'm just like, for sure.
I think any artist wants credit, right?
Yeah, exactly.
If somebody sampled my shit, like, gotta throw my credit out there, homie. This is really cool that you're going through this experience. It sucks, but now you're good for the next one.
No, yeah, for sure. I was talking to my brother the other day. I was like, damn, I'm happy this shit happened on like my first album that I like really put all this shit into, because so I could be prepared. You know what I mean? Like you said, just be prepared next time when shit happens. And
it sounds like you guys did everything right.
Yeah, no, that's what it was fucking me up. I was like, bro. And it was crazy because there was just a bunch of other shit happening like that led up to that shit. That was just behind the scenes of just like the album was just doing good, and it was just like we're just kind of seeing a lot of things, you know what I mean? Just behind the scenes of just industry shit, you know what I mean? And it was just kind of like, damn, like you really hear this shit on like interviews with rappers and shit, and you really kind of like everybody says the same thing, and you kind of really don't. You're like, okay, maybe they're just like saying it to say it, but like you're really to be happening behind the scenes and shit, and it should be frustrating as fuck.
And to be honest with you, it's more stressful, and you ain't making no return on your investment right away. So it's like, damn, is it worth it? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And you have to love this shit to keep going.
Nah,
with this.
You do, because this shit will, like, if you ain't built for this shit will tear you down, and you know what I mean. It's not for the weak. Because when that shit got taken down, bro, my heart dropped. Like, literally. And I found out literally like probably like 5 minutes after it got taken down, just because I was on Instagram and I posted my song on my story, and then I'm going through my story just to look at it, and it says audio not available, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like looking at it, and I'm like keep looking at it, and I'm searching up my shit on Instagram. It's not popping up. I go to Apple Music, and it was on Apple Music for a minute, but I just think it took a little time to take it down. And then I go to Spotify. It's not on Spotify. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? I look at my emails, see the email, and I'm like, fuck, bro.
They couldn't just take down just the one song.
That's what I'm saying. But I think it's just these distribution companies. Oh no, well I was doing research and they said they'll take down the whole thing just because if one gets flagged, they don't want to be liable for anything else.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Because I guess at the end of the day, they're liable for all the shit that they put out. So if they get hit with multiple shit and they're actually like, and I'm in the wrong, then they're kind of fucked too.
What did inspire this project?
I think it was. I think I've always had this like idea of doing a project like this as when I was young, especially these artists, Drew Deezy, the 454 movement out there in San Ho and all that stuff in California.
We had 454 in Portland too.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, we had a I think he was Vietnamese. His name was he was Laos.
I think they're actually
Thai.
Yeah, I think they're actually tied together. Like I think they did songs together.
Yeah, Ty and Drew, they did a lot of music together.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you good. Yeah, but like they did a poly tape way back then when I was in like middle school and shit. So hearing that shit, like that was like my first kind of introduction into poly like rappers, you know.
This was the Toko Uso movement.
Yeah, this was the whole Toko Uso movement, and then that had like, that was my introduction to poly rappers, and I was kind of like, hella inspired me, especially when I'm kind of thinking about doing music too around that time. So I'm like, oh shit, like how we were talking about seeing our homies or seeing people in our culture or you know what I mean, people that look like you doing shit. I was like, what the fuck, like. They're doing it, like, and they're doing the rapper shit. Like, they got the chains, they got the cars, they got the cool ass music videos, and I'm like, what the fuck? I ain't never seen some shit like this. Like,
even aside from Polynesian, we didn't see an artist like Drew Deezy.
Yeah,
like when he came out with that freestyle over the Wiz Khalifa joint, he's like, it was a Hard in the Paint, freestyle. That was like, oh my God, who is this dude?
Yeah.
What's SOS? I was like, what the hell?
God.
Yeah, it was something very, very special during that time that we really didn't see.
Yeah.
But sorry, go ahead.
No, and he's like, he's really cut from that cloth too. So he has that, you know what I mean, that everything that you're seeing is really him. Like, and he's like that in real life. So like seeing that shit, I was just like, what the fuck? It almost like didn't seem real. Like he didn't seem like a real, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was just like, it inspired me. And then so going into like now, my boy hits me up and he's like, hey, shout out Mo. He's the founder of Breadwinners. That's on the that I went with. That's on the track with me, on the album with me. But he hits me up and he's like, hey, I need a song from you. He's like, I'm trying to do this little poly type album, and I'm like, oh, for sure. Just send me whatever you want, I got you. Like, and he's like, how much you charge? I'm like, no, it's good, bro. Like, we're brothers, you know what I mean? Just send me the beat. And then he hits me up the next week, and he's like, hey, bro, I had an idea. And I'm like, what's up? He's like, what if we did this? Like, what if we did what I'm trying to do, but we make it your album, though? And we just, you know what I mean, collab on it. And then I'm like, I'm thinking at first I was kind of hesitant because I don't do the poly sound. You know what I mean? Like my music isn't like.
But what do you mean by poly sound? Because I don't think there's a poly sound.
I think like my music was before this album is super like vulgar. The beat selections too, like I feel like I just had a whole different like wave of just like. I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like the poly, it's like, I feel like poly sounds like more like feel good music. You know what I mean? Like,
you don't think
not too raunchy, because I feel like my shit was super raunchy and like there's like half of my shit you can't play around my sisters or my aunties. You know what I mean? Like so I was kind of hesitant and I didn't know how I'd be on it. Like. I know I'm versatile, but I don't know. I just didn't know how it would like come out, so I was hesitant at first. But it was an idea that I always wanted to do, and then I was like, "Fuck it, though, let's do it." And then he had curated all the beats with a producer, and then just sent me over the beats. And then he had flew out here. He stays in Hawaii. He had flew out here like 2 times. First time we had like he was out here for a week. We was in the studio for a whole week. Second time he was here for a whole week. We was in the studio for a whole week. So we were working on this album for like probably 3 months. But real life, like working on the music was probably like a week. Like if you just added all the hours we were in the studio, it was probably just like a week of making this album, like in the studio. So it was super fast. And plus on top of that, we're dealing with 9 artists on the album. So I'm trying to get verses back, and like they're all over the places. We got people from New Zealand, Australia, you know what I mean, like on the album. So it's like we're just dealing with hella shit and like 9 different people and trying to get, and it wasn't even just 9 people. It was like probably like, bro, I swear to God, I hit up like 40 artists to try to get up on this tape. And like, but the 9 were the ones that, you know what I mean, sent that shit back before we had made cuts and like made it final.
I was looking at the track list, and a lot of those guys I didn't recognize. Are they all from out of state, or did you collaborate with any locals? Because we do have a lot of local Polynesian artists.
I think the only locals that were on there was Kiss and Shonetoki.
Barber?
Who?
Kiss Barber?
Nah, I don't know if he's a barber or not.
No.
No.
K Barber?
No.
Kiss? Oh, okay. Different.
He's
Kiss.
from I think he's from Rose Park. Kiss from Rose Park, but he does like reggae music out here. Yeah, but I think those 2 are the only ones on the thing, and then the rest were from out of state.
So now executing this project, you were obviously hesitant towards it. How do you feel you executed?
Man, I feel like I on the dot. Like I said, like when me and my boy was talking about it, we had like sat there and was like, I feel like we just manifested all this shit. Like real life, like I remember times talking with him and just talking about the shit that's happening right now, you know? And I feel like it feels so good, bruh. But it for some reason, it just makes me want to go harder. Like it just makes me want to do more. Like where I'm already talking about, me and him are already talking about like, we got to drop another tape before summer. Like, let's do it. Like, let's work. We got to keep working.
Well, you guys haven't even toured this one.
Yeah, I know. We're supposed to do it. We're trying to get some shit lined up right when summer hits. But I'm on some shit like, we need to just drop music though. I want to just keep going. Especially nowadays, it's like there's music dropping all the time, and especially for upcoming artists, I've learned to, bro, you just gotta keep dropping, like, cause there's always gonna be another artist coming up, and if you're not dropping, someone else is dropping. But at the same time, you do gotta still treat it though, like with care, and just not just drop shit. You know what I mean? So this album was like the first album I thought I was like really like treated it like an album, like with the rollouts and everything, the promotion and everything, the marketing. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why it did so, like why it's doing good, you know what I mean? And getting the traction it is.
Are you guys gonna do visuals for this?
Yeah, we got 2 music videos already, but I'm just kind of, once this shit got fucked up, like when it got taken down, I'm kind of like, fuck. I'm on like, I don't know if I should drop these right now or should I just wait until I get all this situated and it gets back up and then drop it. So
yeah, that's a tough position, because if you drop the visuals and they want to check out the full project.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't want to drop the project. I mean, drop the visuals and then the project's slamming out and fucking you can't even go stream the song.
Yeah. Good thing we have the internet though. It's like, fuck, like shit happens. Now you just gotta roll with the punches.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But you can get the content ready.
Yeah, no, that's one of the things I told my boy. I'm like, we just gotta have content ready to, you know what I mean?
You know what would be a cool idea, and maybe you've already thought about this, but lean into this whole situation. Lean into it. You're a funny guy. Yeah. I would do a skit. I'd be like, yo, like a grand opening, yo, we done. Dope. And then like, yo, where's my shit, yo?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Nah, for sure.
And then do like a re-grand opening of this shit. A
relaunch of the album.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or it's like, sure. we did it already, but yo, there's a lot of people that haven't listened to it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like it's crazy because it was so brand. It was a month in, and I was like, "Fuck, bro!" Like we haven't even really gotten out there. We were barely getting out there, and like this album had made like had got me so much more like listeners and shit. Like I had like 13K monthly listeners on Spotify. That shit jumped up to damn near almost 30K.
Damn.
Yeah, it's by this album, only this album, and it was only a month. And I'm like, God damn, bro, like, yeah, we gotta like it was barely scratching the surface. So like I was bummed when it got taken out, but it's coming back up. So
Yeah, I say lean
we're
into
good.
it.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Lean
That's a good
into it.
idea.
This is like when you get the girl extra good dick, and then she's out of one round two, but you ain't got a round two in you. Now you got you pop the pill. Now you back for round two.
Yeah, we about to be back for round two.
Now
guys.
you ready for round two.
Yeah.
Lead into it. I'm telling you. Lead into it. Think about some funny, creative things, and then use that content for when it does come back.
Yeah. That's what I feel like. I feel like I kind of do that.
Yeah.
But I do need to step it a little. You know what I mean? Content wise, it should be so hard sometimes. I feel like, especially when I'm like, you're kind of doing it when you don't have like a bunch of creators by you.
Well, why don't you?
I don't know, bro. It's just everybody around my circle is kind of just they kind of doing their own thing, and I never want to force people to be like, "Hey, bro, we gotta go to," you know what I mean? And it's kind of like I'm kind of the only one doing the music shit, so everybody's all older, got kids and shit. So it's just like
there's inspiration in every situation.
Yeah,
like I think for me it's you don't know who's gonna have an idea. Somebody might say one thing. You might be with, your nephew or whatever.
Yeah.
And the nephew might do something where we could use that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts.
So I say, like, bro, just be open-minded. Don't expect people, and you don't know unless you ask, right?
Yeah, true.
Somebody out there might be waiting to work with you, but they don't know how to ask you. You know what I mean?
True. To be honest, though, too, I feel like I'm so particular into what I put out, too, that sometimes I kind of don't even want to share the idea because I'm kind of like, or like kind of brainstorm with other people because I don't want to come off as like fucked up or like rude or something because I'm like, I feel like I always had this, like everything I vision, like I need it to be exactly what exactly what I vision.
Well, then you need doers.
Yeah.
So get doers.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, just be like, yo, I need you to do this. And that's it.
True.
You know a guy with a camera? Yo, I just need this. That's it.
I be feeling like sometimes I don't want to come off as fucked up. You think people like...
I'll tell you what. The more you get into this industry, the more you get plain, straight up shit. Like, they're going to tell you, yo, that shit sucked. Do it again. Or, no, like, you were supposed to be here at 10 o'clock. It's 10:30. We got to reschedule. You know what I mean? Like, there's no... The more you get into this, it's more about business. Yeah. And once it's business and it's no longer fun, it's harsher.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? On both sides. And you're, as a creative, yes, you have this thing where you have a vision. You want it to be where it's at. And that's great. But I also think a lot of the time for me, I'll come up with a crazy creative idea. Somebody will say something and I'll be like, that is a good idea. Mm-hmm. Or let's just try it.
Yeah.
Just be open. Be open-minded. But don't also, like, you're, in somebody's eyes, if you're an asshole, you're an asshole.
Yeah.
That's going to happen.
Change that.
Yeah. I think it comes down to your intention. If it's not your intent to be a dickhead, then
y'all shouldn't be feeling like,
I think you'll be fine.
Yeah. Because my thing is, like, I'd rather like, fail at doing exactly what I believe in doing, like putting out and shit, than trying to, like, I don't know, kind of please everybody that's like, you know what I mean? Because I've seen people, like, they'll do some shit and then somebody will chirp me in and they'll change their whole shit. But I could see it in their eyes. They don't want to do it like that. I'm just kind of like, I don't want to fall into that shit where it's kind of like.
Don't sign with a label then.
Yeah, no.
The label going to make you do that shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, build your shit.
Yeah, that's exactly trying to build my catalog and just try to take this independent route as far as I can. And you know what I mean? Because I feel like it's just the once you in that type of shit, like your creativity just gets, you know what I mean? You start getting pulled from left to right and like.
Bro, I seen a TikTok of Katy Perry, and this shit was heartbreaking because you look at Katy Perry 10 years ago, it's super big, right? The creativity's big. She's doing some crazy shit.
Yeah.
And I seen a video of her latest tour, and bro, she's doing some some whack shit.
Oh, I did. Actually, I just seen that shit yesterday. She was on like the fucking stage doing some like just weirdo shit.
Yep. And it's like you could tell in the video that she doesn't
even want to do this shit.
And man, there's a double-edged sword with this industry shit.
Yeah. That's once you lose that creativity, freedom, like, ooh, it's gonna be rough for you, man. And then you kind of just lose yourself into all that shit. I never want to lose that shit.
You won't, as long as you stay pure. Yeah. Like, FOE, man. Like, don't forget like who you are and what you do it for, and the joy that you get from creating. You know what I mean? When you said, I'm not going to go D1 and I'm going to go in the closet and I'm going to get this garage band, like, remember that hunger of creating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's the process. It's not even for me. It's not even like having these conversations. It's the creative process of these conversations. You know, I've been doing this shit forever. And it's like, I have my black belt in conversations. Now, how can I get more creative with it?
Yeah.
How can we use this platform to get more creative with not helping me, but by me helping you? It's going to help me, obviously. You know what I mean? But it's like, how can I use this platform and tweak it to where we both get beneficial things out of it? And I think that's the same thing with your upcoming projects. Like, you put on, 9 different artists on this project or something like that?
Yep. 9.
That's 9 different people that now you're introduced to their audience now.
Yep.
And vice versa. Beneficial. So what's the follow up to this? I know it sounds like you don't want to stay on FOE forever.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you want to keep moving forward with more music. Yeah. So what's kind of the next thing?
We're working on a little summer EP, like right when summer is about to end, like start. Just get out a little 4 or 5 songs, but all like summer vibes and kind of trying to theme it over like 2K vibes, like to early 2000s. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like that era right there, and like you watch the music videos, and like everybody was so happy. You know what I mean? And it was just like the baggy pants, you know what I mean? And it's all coming back in style too. So it's like, damn, like I just feel like that energy is coming back, and I'm like, this summer should be like, I feel like it's gonna be a lit summer, you know what I mean? And I just kind of want, like, I'm tired of hearing all this drill, kill shit, you know what I mean? I want the summer to come. I want pool parties. I want good vibes, man, family vibes, girls everywhere type shit. Like, I miss that, like those type of times and like that era of just shit. So I'm like, we're kind of theming this little EP on that and shit, and just want to just crank out more music, you know what I mean? Especially while I got the momentum too, so it's like, why stop right now? Like, you know what I mean? I know the album's fairly new, but like, what is, like, dropping more music is not gonna hurt me. Like, if anything, it's just gonna bring him back to the album. Like, oh shit, he just dropped the album, let me go listen to that. You know what I mean?
I love where you are with that mindset. I am a huge champion for people that create that shit and release that shit. Create that shit, release that shit. Because you gotta feed it. I mean, they're fiends, right? You gotta give them, the dope.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And the more music, the better.
Yeah. Exactly.
Plus, I feel like it just keeps your pen good.
Yeah, exactly. Because I know too, like, the difference. I'm the type of artist, I won't go to the studio for months. Like, well, before I wouldn't go to the studio for months, but I feel like it's because I'm trying to, like, live life, experience life, so I have something to go and talk about. You know what I mean? So I have some shit to come in and be like, when I'm in there, I punch in. So, like, when it's coming out of my mind, it's new, it's fresh, it's what I'm feeling, it's what I'm going through. You know what I mean? So, right now, I'm like, I need to make sure I'm still in it, like, to keep going, so I just don't lose this creativity that I'm like. You know what I mean? 'Cause I feel like my mind's just my mind be everywhere, bro. Like,
yeah.
If people could see what's in my mind and what I be thinking about, and just like all these type of ideas and shit, like, that's why I need to be in this creative space all the time, so I could just release all this, you know what I mean, creativity and just give it to the people.
Do you journal?
I just barely started journaling, like literally like a couple days ago, just writing my thoughts down and just writing my manifestations down and like things I want. And it's crazy because you know, I mean, people don't write nowadays no more. Everybody puts it in their notes on their phone and shit.
That was the next question I was going to ask you, because you're the second artist. I was talking to an artist yesterday, and he was like, I don't write shit. Like, I just get in the studio and whatever I rhyme, I'll stop it and then I'll rhyme on top of that, like punch in or whatever. Yeah. And so I was going to ask, are artists these days, are they not writing? Are there no more writing?
I don't think no one's writing no more, bro. I mean, it depends on, rappers, I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. It just depends on what type of music you make. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you could tell somebody's. I don't know. I ain't gonna speak for everybody.
Yeah.
But I do see a trend in people just not fucking writing anymore. And I used to write though. I used to write all my raps though before, because I'm paying for the studio time, so I want to make sure I'm going in there and like I have shit ready, so I'm not wasting no time. But then I started punching in, and it was kind of felt better. I was kind of working faster, and then I kind of was like, everything sounded more pure, more like fresh, and then I'd go back and listen to it, and I'd kind of be like, damn, I just made that shit, like, you know what I mean? But it's not even really kind of not writing. I'm kind of writing in my head as I'm going on, you know what I mean? Because I'm not just saying a bunch of bullshit. Like, I'm actually kind of like, once I start going with that topic and that story and trying to paint out a picture for you and stuff, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Are you not in the gym no more?
No, I'm in the gym. I'm about to go to the gym right after this.
All right, because I haven't seen the little gym videos.
I know.
Those are fun. I like those videos.
I need to be. I'll be posting on my story, so go watch my story. Get some motivation out of there.
Are you doing it for health? Are you training for something?
Nah, to be honest, I feel like it's more for my mental. You know, like I feel like once you train your mind to just go do those like non-negotiables, like just you gotta go to the gym. You gotta go do these things, like, and then especially the gym. I'm like, it's like that one time in the day where I could just sit there and focus on the gym. You know what I mean? Nothing else matters. I'm just going there and just lifting these weights or exercising, and I'm going through it, you know what I mean? I'm feeling it and shit, and I'm just gonna sit there and not think about nothing else and just sit there, and I think it just helps my mental, and then once it helps my mental, my body's gonna follow, you know what I mean, eventually, and you see the results and you just feel good, you feel better, you know what I mean? Like, I'd rather feel sore and shit than fucking hungover, like every night, and you know what I mean? And yeah, more for the mental though.
Yeah, I was gonna ask how you manage your mental health, and I think you hit it on the head, man. Physical activity, sweating, burning out.
Yeah, and you just you know what I mean. When you in the gym and you start seeing little results, you start feeling better, and then you know what I mean. Like, I don't know, everything. And then like your energy goes up. I don't know why, but your energy goes up, and you don't feel like sluggish and shit.
Are you sick of podcasts that just interview people with the same questions and gossiping nonsense?
Are you tired of hearing about what's wrong with the world? Can you locate your nearest orphanage?
Who cooked the Last Supper?
R.I.P. Mr. Potato Head.
Seppuku Harakiri.
Where is Mavis Beacon?
This is Hos.
And this is host Beefy.
Listen to the Beans and Rice podcast.
Exclusively in Braille and all streaming platforms.
Patent pending.
If you're a sports athlete looking for a mouthguard to protect your pearly whites, look no further than All Sports Mouthguards.
All Sports Mouthguards, located in West Jordan, Utah. Come visit us, 1385 West, 9000 South in West Jordan, Utah. We offer high quality, made in the USA, custom molded and custom designed mouthguards.
No pukesters helping me to the left, and no pukesters helping me to the right. Didn't need them then, don't need them now.
You are the ex-champion Olympic.
Now this is the way, Tony and David, that you do the figure four leg lock.
Do you love wrestling?
Do you believe that Stone Cold Steve Austin is the greatest entertainer of all time?
Or maybe that Shawn Michaels is the sexiest man alive?
Or did you have a thing for Sonny from the years of 1994 to 1996 like I did?
Did you know Yokozuna isn't even Japanese?
If you could count the number of dimples on Rikishi's ass, this podcast is for you.
Follow us, the Figure 4 Podcast on Instagram, at Figure4 Podcast. And check us out on YouTube.
Do it.
Tell your punk ass friends about us.
Yeah.
It's just shit happens, man. Life happens. You was once there, brother.
No, I wasn't. I was never a dick. I was a simp. I was simping my whole life. I love you. In 10.
I'm a simp too, though.
And
But I'm just like a dysfunctional simp, though. Like, I'm a simp, but sometimes I'll be fucking up, man. We all fuck up, you know?
No, we don't. You. Stop putting us lumping. No, that's you. You're speaking for
We
yourself.
all fuck up,
No.
guys. Fellas out there, we all fuck up.
No.
You know what I mean?
You.
All right.
Say I.
Bye.
So we. No. I've never done any of that.
Nah, see, look, now he's fronting for the camera.
Not fronting.
What's your camera, bro?
Nope, 100%.
Look dead ass in your camera right now.
Not fronting.
And tell them that you've never been a dick to a girl.
Never been a dick. Always the one that got my heart broken. I don't know if you're like this, but I can't be the only guy that did this, but if there was a girl in school, because I've been with my girl for 12 years, you know what I mean? And before that, I didn't date. You know, I didn't date in my 20s. I was very much like, if I see you, I'm going to envision my life with you. Yeah, it got to that. It was never just like a hit and quit. You know what I mean, meet a girl at a bar, take her home, nothing.
So you a stalker.
No. Nah.
Oh, so you're saying like you basically damn near you fucking just fell in love. First,
I look at how she is in public, how she carries herself. Is she a drunken, sloppy mess? Is she respectful? You know what I mean? Like, these are the qualities of women that I was looking for when I was in the field. And
but do you see that shit in one night, or like are you saying like you seen her one night and you're just like, I envision my life?
Well, first off, it's like, is the ass fat? Ass fat, cool, check. Boom. Now, what's the conversation like?
Okay.
And then after that, a few dates, hanging out, whatever. Now it's like, yo, would she be a good mom? Because I want kids. You know what I mean? And this is young, man. I'm doing this early 20s.
Damn, bro.
Yeah. And so, bro, like any of the homegirls from high school tell you the same thing. Like, I wasn't the dude that was at the high school parties doing all this stuff. Like, I was.
Congratulations to you, brother. You are right. It's not we.
No, it's you.
It's just me and the other people. You in a different whole league, bro.
Yeah, I was never like that. I think it's probably because I grew up with a single father too. I didn't have a mom. My dad, it's weird, man. My dad taught me how to treat women. My dad taught me what it meant to be a man, to provide, and shit like that. So it was just, I don't know, it's different. I grew up a little different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm grateful that my dad taught me certain things. You know, there's certain things that my dad, it wasn't academics in my house. It was more street smarts. It was more like survive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's the hand he was dealt.
Yeah.
He had to survive with a kid.
Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. I feel like we need a lot more man mentors. You know what I mean? Like guy mentors, especially like men to men, like mentors.
I think you just need to live the life that you want.
True.
Like, if you don't want to be toxic, don't be toxic.
True.
Take your own advice. Don't be toxic, bro.
It's not as easy as you say, you know what I mean? Like, you just say there's just, you know what I mean? It's someone in the comments explain to this man.
CeeFoe, what's the biggest challenge for you right now?
Biggest challenge for me right now? I think literally what we were talking about. Like, I'm really like self-reflecting like right now, and just trying to change like a lot of bad habits that I've done and just bad shit that I've done, you know what I mean? And just change my mindset and like do better by like all aspects, like treating people better with respect, more respect than just love, and you know what I mean? And be more pure in that sense than trying to like, I don't know, moving off emotions and shit, you know? I'm a type of person that like, I wear my heart on my sleeve and like, I'll move off emotions. Like, if I'm mad, like I'm mad, you know? And I like, sometimes I don't do like the right shit when I'm mad. And then I kind of blame it on because I was mad. But it's like, what the fuck? Like, a man that can't control his emotions, he's weak, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm learning how to do all that shit and just get my mental right and just, you know what I mean, be a better me at the end of the day for myself and for the people around me and the people I love and stuff. And just, I think that's the biggest challenge because I'm just like, just realizing a lot of stuff, you know what I mean? And then when you start realizing a lot of stuff, you kind of like, damn, like, you know what I mean? Like, kind of fucked up. I'm kind of fucked up, like. And so, yeah, that's probably just the biggest challenge right now. I don't think anything else.
That's dope that you're doing that, though. Because it's sometimes it's hard to look at yourself from a third person, right? To take a step out of yourself and look at yourself. Is this the character that I want to be? Yeah. You know, is this the person that I want to be?
Yeah, man. So, just been a lot of, like, just within, you know what I mean? Trying to heal a lot of stuff that I probably didn't take a lot of time healing on, you know.
Are we gonna hear that through the music?
Hell yeah. But I kind of like I am making music like that, but like I'm kind of a person when I kind of make music for the seasons and stuff, like, you know what I mean. So I won't put out like a whole love album out right now because summer's about to come up. So I'm kind of like I'll work on it and then I'll kind of drop it around like fall, winter time. You know, when people start getting cold outside, you with your lady or your, you know what I mean, significant other, and you chilling, so cozy up.
Is summer toxic season? Is that why we're in this season right now? Because spring, I don't feel like spring is toxic. I feel like spring is.
No, summer. We're not gonna be toxic. See, stop trying to put toxic. CeeFoe is not toxic. I don't know what this man is. You gotta. We're just about to have a good summer. That's what it is. We about to have a good summer. It's about to be a fun summer.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? We ain't got to do all the toxic. You know what I mean? It's just, but we can have good vibes though. Good vibes.
Early 2000 vibes.
Yeah, I mean, fun. Everybody's gonna have fun. Everybody gonna be outside. I feel like it's gonna be hot out here in Utah too this summer, like really hot.
Oh yeah, we're gonna burn up. What does your summers look like? Are you barbecuing? Are you on the?
Hell yeah, I'm outside. The whole summer I'm outside. I'm at the lakes. I'm barbecuing. Everything that's supposed to be happening in the summer, I'm outside in the summer. Because I grew up in California, so like every day was summer out there. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, so I'm just used to being outside all the fucking time. So once I came out here, there's fucking like 6 winters, and then like 2 months summer. I'm kind of like, fuck, bro. I'm depressed as fuck up in this house and all cold and shit. Like the heater's on. Like, what the fuck? I ain't never used no heater in California.
Get some boots. You'll be all right. You better embrace that snow.
No, I'm embrace this summer. So this summer, CeeFoe's gonna be out. You're gonna be out with me too, bro. I'm about to experience. I'm about to show you the toxic life that you think that I live.
Yeah,
it's about to be fun, bro.
I'm gonna be the lame one in the corner, like judging everybody. Like, come on, man, we're better than this, my brother.
You gonna be preaching at the pool parties and shit.
I'm gonna be the corny brother in the man. Why'd you bring this guy, man?
Why'd you do it, man? You didn't have to do that, bro.
I told kind of strange. I don't know. Do you know Strange from Kearns?
Yeah.
He's an artist. I told him the same thing because he's Strange is in his Strange is an aggressive guy.
Yeah,
I'm not. So I'm like telling him stuff. He's like, yeah, you can't do that over here. He has I won't bring it up on here, but yeah, it was. I don't know, man. I'm myself everywhere. You know.
Hell yeah. Like that's I love people that are like that though, because I don't want people to be around and be like they gotta act some certain type of way because they around me and a bunch of other, like, you know what I mean, other people. I'm just like, I'd rather respect you if you like yourself and you trying to say square, but if you square and you just being yourself and you just goofy and like the way you are, that I know you, instead of fucking trying to be all like hard and, you know what I mean, or just trying to fit in with the people around, because I'm like that, you know what I mean. I'll always be like that.
Yeah.
And like I'll be around 100 Crips and I'll be like the same person.
Yeah.
But that's why they love me though, because I'm just the same person.
Yeah. Shit, if we got squabble, we got squabble. Shit. Like I'm a dad.
Yeah.
And man, it is what it is. But at the same time, it's like, fuck, if we got squabble, we got squabble. I feel like and for me it's going back to the do you just do like the regular gym, or do you do any like boxing or MMA or anything like that?
I'll dibble that with boxing and shit. supposed to go back to the boxing gym, but I just haven't. It's so fucking far, so I just be like,
what gym you go to?
Fulmer's in South Jordan. They just opened up a new one, a new facility. That shit's so nice. So I'm like,
beautiful. They just had the boxing. There. I go to Diorm Boxing in Bluffdale, so even further. But Diorm, we had a couple belts. One at the Fulmer's.
For us.
Competition, yeah.
But I haven't even been to the new facility. Is it nice?
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. But it's like in the boxing gym, I get beat up every day. You know what I mean? We spar all the time. It's like, it's nothing. So that's another activity I want more people to do is get out there, try different activities in different workouts. I'm friends with so many MMA guys that they're like, yo, come do the jiu-jitsu and shit. I'm like, fuck, I don't know.
I lucky want to do that the jiu-jitsu shit, like the rolling around and shit. Like,
you should.
And I heard it's hard. It's like it's tiring as fuck. So I'm just like, and I just that like doing those type of sports too. It's like fucking like you lose hella weight and like you just sweating and like, but at the end of the day you're like, whew.
Well, think about you too being a performer. Like it's only gonna get you in perform condition.
That's why I'm like kind of like, damn, I need to go back to the gym, like the boxing gym, so I could get in shape. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. You be going like a lot. Like, have you went recently, like boxing?
No, so I hurt my back, so I've been rehabbing my back.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I had surgery back in 2018.
Oh, you fucked it up.
Yeah, L1 through 5, the little pointy part of your spine. I don't have those. They took them out. So to make room because my spinal canal is really compressed. So anytime I have a herniation, a bulge disc, anything like, you probably have a herniation right now, you don't know it. Like about 93% of Americans walk around with a blown out herniation, but don't know it until it hits a nerve. Yeah, but because my spinal canal is so small, it's so narrow, the slightest herniation puts me down.
Damn.
Yeah, it's really painful. But yeah, man, it's Diorm Boxing in Bluffdale, man. If you're looking for a good gym, man, that's so good.
For real.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think I've only been to Fulmer's, and it was when they didn't have they had the Lewis facility, and that shit was like, but it is tiny. It's probably like this big. You know what I mean? So it's like, it was kind of just, I haven't been to another one, but I want to go because I've seen there's a couple of good boxing gyms out here and stuff.
Hell yeah. We have really good mixed martial artists right now, too.
For real.
Man, the heavyweight, the baddest man in Utah right now is actually a Tongan guy. His name's Kent Mafaleo.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, Kent, and he's 9-2 right now. He was on the PFL. I don't know if you follow MMA at all. He was on PFL. He has a 9-2 record right now.
Have him and Zeke fought?
No, they're training partners.
Oh, they're in the same camp?
They're boys. Yeah, they won't fight each other.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, Zeke, that's kind of the where we are with the heavyweight division right now in Utah is that they're just so, there's not a lot of them, and most of them train together, so they don't really fight each other. They're boys.
But who was his name?
So Kent Mafaleo. They call him V. But yeah,
he's killing it right now.
Yeah, bro. He just had a fight. None of his fights get out of the first round. He had like 3 fights get out of the second, or get to the second.
Oh, he like that?
Yeah, he's nice. His elbows nasty. Like he's nice with it. Yeah,
I need to tap in with my boy.
Yeah. And that's the thing too, is like being like on the Polynesian side of things, there's a lot of cohesiveness that could work between the music.
Oh yeah,
and
for sure.
Mixed martial arts.
I be always tapped in with anybody that's Polynesian doing their thing. Like the people, I got so many homies in the league like that I just met off of the strength of doing music and shit. And it was kind of like, I'm always tap in with these people because it's like my people. And at the end of the day, it's like, bro, we're all working towards the same goal. It might be different lanes, you know what I mean? But we're all working at the same goal. And it's like, and I just feel like I'm a believer when you surround yourself around people like that and that are trying to like, that got that mindset, bro, it's only gonna uplift you, you know what I mean, with every aspect that you're doing. And like how you say, you can find inspiration in anything. So that shit inspired me. That's why I've tapped in with Zeke. And I'm a heavy like supporter behind him. I'm trying to just, you know what I mean, whatever I always tell him, whatever I could do to help, bro, just let me know. Like,
that's my brother, man. I love that guy.
Yeah, that guy's a beast, man. And I just, you know what I mean, I hope the best for him going forward with his career and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to tap. And I told my boy too. I told my brother, I'm like, being tapped in with these MMA fighters and all that shit. I was like, that's just the hardest thing ever, bro. Like having a homie in the MMA, like Hey, bro, yeah, you know what I mean.
That's why I go to the heavyweights. Like everybody else, like y'all can. I talk shit. You know what I mean? And I be at these events, and these guys are professional fighters. They can. I don't care if it's a 125er. He can fuck me up.
Oh,
he's trained to do that. You know what I mean?
Have you been to the events out here?
Oh yeah. So Fierce Fighting Championship, you need to tap in. Fierce is the close. So we have the Utah Jazz, and then we have the AAA team, right? So it's Stars, I believe.
Yeah.
They are the stars of like the UFC.
Okay.
So we got in the PFL, right? So a lot of the guys and girls that are in FFC or Fierce Fighting Championship here locally, they are working and getting fights on the UFC and on PFL. Like they're working towards that. That's how Kent was on PFL. Is because he was on Fierce. He got his thing up. He fought a guy.
Did he win on the PFL?
He lost, but man, you watch this fight, bro.
It was a good fight.
Yeah, he showed up, and it was a week notice.
Oh,
the guy he fought trains with Francis Ngannou in Cameroon. It's a fucking the guy's a
so that guy is
a sambo champion, like the shit. And he took it on a week. He gave it on a week notice
too.
Yeah, showed up. He represented us right, man. He represented the state really, really good. And but yeah, you gotta tap in with Fierce, man. We got a bunch of athletes that are just.
Do they got any fights coming up soon?
May 16th and May 17th at the Masonic Temple in Salt Lake.
Ooh, for sure.
You've never been in a Masonic Temple, huh?
Nah.
Even visually, like if you're looking for a cool place to shoot a music video, that place is a really dope spot. Yeah.
That's that place like in the middle of the desert, huh?
Masonic Temple's right here on South Temple and like 110 West or something like that. It's just right here in downtown.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's up by it's down from City Creek, but yeah, it's downtown. I'll send you the info
for sure. Hell yeah.
The fights are gonna be dope though, and then we're back at the Maverick Center in August, and Kent should be on that one. He might even be trying to get his belt back. He fought that's the thing too, is that like Kent's 9-2. His 2 losses are one from a Sambo champion in PFL, and the other one is from an ex-UFC fighter.
Oh shit!
So he's fighting caliber guys that are there.
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, I for sure need to tap in with my boy.
Yeah, and they're getting better and better. Like the MMA community here in Utah, the amateurs
is getting bigger and like.
You watch the amateur fights, they're fighting on pro level. It's really fucking dope.
That's crazy.
It's really dope. And I DJ there so I play all the walkout music. I play the in-between music. And so I've watched so many of these fighters just grow. That's how I've got to know Zeke, is because I was DJing and I was like, yo, like that style of fighting, I love his style of fighting. And I'm like, and he's just a good dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's for sure. He's like soft spoken and like he's very humble and shit. But I'm like, dude, this guy's a killer, dude.
I went and I filmed him. I filmed him train and him hitting the bag. I'm like, geez. And then filming. There was another guy named Mike Jones. Mike Jones is a dude from Mike Head. He's a white dude too. He comes out to Mr. Jones.
Oh
yeah,
shit.
He walks out to Mr. Jones, and he lives he's from Price, small town in Price, and I went and I filmed him train, got some content for him, and he's just hitting the bags. I'm like, oh my gosh, I would not want to be hit by this. This is another dude named Ashcroft, Alden Ashcroft. This dude, man, you see these guys throw, and it's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
It's intense, man. But think about how dope that content would be to have CeeFoe go and train with somebody like Zeke or something.
Bro, you just literally, I was like, damn, I gotta go get a training session and just record it like for the YouTube or something, like content, and just go fucking, you know what I mean?
And then you just put your music in the back.
Exactly.
So yeah, man, there's just so much content that you can do, and it bridges the gap between.
Exactly.
You don't always have to do content with other rappers or other, the music people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Go and train
just go and do this cool ass shit with, you know what I mean? And I just got into like these past like 2 years, gotten to like open my mind to doing like certain shit. Like, bro, I've never been snowboarding. The white homies. It's funny. All the white homies took me out to do all this cool shit. Open my mind. And I was like, damn, bro. I'm like, all this shit was out here the whole time, and I'm like, this shit is dope as fuck. And it's a whole different environment. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm like, yeah, bro, I gotta do hella more shit. And I'm like, there's so much shit I want to do now. You know what I mean?
Think about the music video at the skiing resort.
my boy,
I've never seen that shit.
My boys always telling me, they're like, bro, you gotta get a music video up here. And I'm just like, and all the homies that I kick it with, the white homies I kick it with, they all got the connects and shit, because they got the fucking season pass, the homies that working at the, you know what I mean, the
there's
bars
money up there, bro.
Hell yeah.
You don't know who is gonna be. I tell these guys all the time. I was telling Zeke, I was like, Zeke, you don't know who is gonna be in the audience to watch you fight, and that person might have a shit ton of money that just believes in you.
That believes in you, bro. Oh God!
You don't know who you're gonna go up there on that ski resort and run into and be like, "Yo, like
who the fuck is this?" Like,
I like this guy. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's a lot of my opportunities come from just me being me and them believing in me and giving me an opportunity and me executing.
Hell yeah, bro! I'm like, I think that's the same with me too. Like, I think a lot of my success and shit that I've been having is just really like networking and just getting to the right places, meeting the right people, and just getting the right opportunities by a bunch of people, you know what I mean? So
don't be scared to try new things. Be different. You know what I mean?
No, facts.
Cool. Well, CeeFoe, man, we've been doing this thing for almost an hour and a half.
Damn.
I want to wrap this thing up.
My bad.
Where can we follow you? All that good jazz.
Follow me everywhere at CeeFoe 2X on everything, Instagram, everything. And go check out the new album. I'm at the new album Foe when it comes back on all platforms. But yeah, I appreciate you, my man.
Of course. Did you already make a song for C4 Energy yet?
Bruh, everything you're talking about, I'm been manifesting. Once I get that CeeFoe check, bruh, and I'm endorsed, and you see me on Instagram with this little energy drink, just know I'll send you a pack.
It's tasty too. I like C4 Energy.
I ain't gonna lie, I've never tasted it.
It's good. Try it. I don't know if you're an energy drink guy.
I'm not. That's why I don't really. But don't they got I thought they got a pre-workout or whatever.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll probably taking a little CeeFoe. You know what I'm saying?
Get your little electrolytes.
Yeah, get my little electrolytes.
Cool. Well,
appreciate you, my dog.
Of course, man. I'm excited to re-listen to Foe when we can.
I know. About to relaunch, bro.
If you want to help support, make sure you share, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you want to buy a shirt, maybe a hoodie, regardless, just go on to allrock.com, ALLRAWK.com. And if you want to be a part of the Patreon, go check that out, man. I got some spicy content up there, talking a whole bunch of shit.
What the hell you got on Patreon, bro?
So I quit radio. That's one of the things.
Oh yeah, I did see that shit.
Yeah, so I'm on there talking the real about the industry.
Unfiltered and
yeah. So I figured that was actually the reason for the launch. I was like, I think it's a good launching content, and it proved it, man. A lot of people subscribe. We hit damn near 200 subscribers opening week, so that's pretty dope. So yeah,
congrats on that, brother.
Thank you. So go check that out. And as always, have the day you deserve. Always protect your light. We're out. Peace.
Yes, sir. It was his studio, but it was what's that? Ashton or whatever, or
Mixed by
Ashton or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They were down there on the corner at the main entrance. Yeah. Maddie Aston.
Yeah, Maddie Aston.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was with him. He told me he's like, come with me. He's like, we can rock to get some free studio session. I was like,
free.
So I was like, free. It was a long ass drive too. So I was like, so I was hella mad though. I came on the wrong time.
Damn, your scheduling sucks, man.
Yeah, I know.
You're not too good at scheduling.
I know.
We were supposed to do this a long time ago.
I know. That shit
flaked on me.
Yeah, I know. I think I'm barely getting into my like artist element where I'm like, all right, I gotta go do this shit. You know what I mean? Because before I was like, if I would be like, oh, I have something to do the next day, right?
Yeah.
And then I'd go the night before and go get fucked up, and go do some like just stupid.
You can't do that, bro.
Shit. I know.
Come on, man.
I know. I'm like learning.
You're growing.
I know.
All right, brother. You ready?
Yeah. Let's go.